evening, good evening. Oh my goodness, is that a day again? Good morning, wherever you are. Good day, since we've seen by a lot of people in different countries. We are now here again. Slipknot TV in diaspora, and we're having a very great lady, a phenomenal lady, a fit lady, whose name is Tsholofelo Peeters. I told you about her, and she's here now, and we are here now. It's that time again. Tsulu, how are you?
I'm fine, and I love the way you say my surname, by the way, Peeters. I've actually changed to Peters, but it is really Peeters, yeah.
Oh, is there, I just thought, the Afrikaans one and the other, okay, but it's fine. Either way. And the other one is what? I need this new one now.
No, so
Peters.
basically, we just say Peters because that's how people recognize us. But actually, the way you said it the first time was correct.
It's a
It's
perfect one. Ah,
Peeters.
good. Ah,
Peters,
good.
yeah.
Yes, Sulu. I think people out there, they want to know who is Sulu. That's the first question. Who are you? What can you say about who you are?
So I always say that I'm a mother of three beautiful boys and I'm married to a Belgian husband. I always put it that way because I feel like he was brave enough to go and marry a girl from Soweto. But I'm in the corporate space. I'm a fitness trainer. I'm a content creator. But most importantly, I'm also now, I'll say that I'm Mrs. SA finalist. And I have a BTech degree and I'm just technical. And most importantly, in all aspects of it, is that I just have a passion for people and networking and just believe in the fitness as a vessel to communicate any other thing. So, yeah, so that's basically myself in a nutshell.
Okay. And then how do you cope with all of those things that you do? You can't a lot. You being a mother and a wife. I just wonder. You must be energetic. You must be a multitasker woman, superwoman. But then you tell us.
I just feel that I have a drive and I'm very dynamic. And I always say that when you have a calling, you cannot sleep. You can't say that you are comfortable. I always say that in my life, I always have like visions, and those small visions, I always want to execute them because I believe that I was here for a purpose. And this is the reason why I never say that I'm tired or, it's too much because I just feel as much as I'm a mother, I'm also was given this life to serve the community, to serve the people. And that's the reason why you see the energy coming off. And I didn't know, honestly, that I was inspiring until, when you just live in your life. And that's why I say it's a calling, because when you're just living in your space and you're just living who you are, people just start to say, this is what you're doing to me. And then you just realize, actually, I'm not just fit, I'm just like an inspiration to others. And for me, it's a calling. It's a different type of it, but it just tells that other person that you can do it. You can have it all. You can be a mom, you can have a degree, and you can still have the body that you want, and you can
Yeah.
still live a healthy lifestyle. There's no excuses. And I always say, in anything that we do, we are serving the people, and I think that is the most important of it.
And when you're serving the people, you need an image, I believe. And with with all the
Of what you are serving for, what you're called for. It's not just an image, but it's just like this is the reason why you exist. And I think everybody in this world is called to serve. Every day when I wake up in the morning, I always say to myself, I'm alive because God wants me to do something in this world, and it is the reason. And it's not an that's why I'm saying it's not an image, but it was like it's a purposeful living, and it's a
yeah.
reason why you're alive every single day.
Yeah, I'm laughing like this because I remember one time I said to you, I'm not a gym person, to look, come on, I'm not that. So please don't put me in, but I will try your dieting teas and everything. And you were like, but then you should try. You should try. So that's why I'm kind of saying image because I know what the conversation we once had about the looks and all of that. And I said, no, me, I can't, Tulule, I'm too lazy. But then I try. I want to try. I definitely want to try. I've been following you, and I'm like, you know what? I should try this. I should try this. And I like what you're doing because what you're doing, I believe, it's what anyone or whoever or everyone else, especially women, should do because we we are people, we are kind of multitaskers. So since we are doing a whole lot, we need energy. We need to always have that strength and energy, because you're a mom, you're a wife, all that needs energy on its own. So I'm thinking, you know what, Tulu is doing it right. So yeah, you are definitely. I'm inspired. I don't know about people out there, but I'm definitely inspired, and I'm joining you. Don't worry. Those aerobics, those exercises, I'm gonna be joining you very soon. I'm gonna be joining you very soon. But then now, Mrs. South Africa, what happened? How did you, like, how did it come about for you to say, you know what, I want to enter this pageant, these pageants, because yeah, because
Yeah.
what, or I believe what. So what is it?
I
What
like what you
inspired
say.
that?
It's what, because it really is what. But
Oh,
so as we are living, as I say, like you do what you do and you don't realize that you are touching someone's life. So Mrs. South Africa came to me through a person who saw my journey and tagged me through and said, there's a pageant that I think you should enter and I think you'll do well. And when I looked at the pillars of Miss South Africa, one of the pillars was empowering women. And since lockdown, I've been changing people's lives without even realizing. I mean, I have people who come to me and say, you know, my diabetic has changed, my mental illness has changed, and it's because of your journey that I've followed. So when that person talked to me and said, this is the journey that I think should fit for your life, I looked at my dreams. You know, as kids, we once wanted to be whatever. And one of the things that I dreamt of was being a Miss South Africa. And my mom used to actually say to me, it's a very funny one. When I walked down the street, my mom used to say to me, we're not an Mrs. South Africa, meaning like you think you are Mrs. SA. And I'd walk slow and I'd walk in a certain way. But deep down inside, I knew that Basitsana was one of my inspirational people. And it's because of her journey. And when I looked at the current patient and what the pillars were and what the journey I was sent for during lockdown, it meant to me that there is an alignment, because with Mrs. South Africa, it's not like you are starting, you know, with Miss SA, you're still empowerment, you're still figuring yourself out because you're still young. But with this one, you're almost like, you know, you've been through life, you know, you are older. And for me, it meant that I would be changing people's life doing what I love. And that is fitness as a vessel and
true.
fitness as a voice, you know. I'm not just changing lives, because I know with fitness, when we are fit, we change ourselves, you know. You once you do something, you start to believe that you can even be better out there. And I felt that that journey would be something that I would walk through because of the pillars. And that's the reason why I entered Mrs. South Africa, because it just aligned with who I was transitioning into. And this was during the COVID space. And this was during the life that I touched. I mean, I do online fitness workouts. I touched a lot of women online. I'm a TikTok creator, you know, like, you know, making people's days. And it just meant like I would be living purposefully in my journey. And that's the reason why I entered Mrs. SA. It was like a dream that I had, but now it was more into a purposeful living.
But yeah, true. Thank you so much,
Yeah.
Sulub. And right now, let's just go into just a short break. Short break, and we'll be right back.
Oh,
You were still with Tulu, you were still with me, Bongi Gladness. We're just having a short break. We'll be right back.
thank you.
Clevenard in Diaspora Television is an internet online TV service. What sets us apart is a unique combination of hit African content, first and exclusive international free movies, series, musics, news, events, documentaries, tourism, teleshopping shows, youth TV programs, and live interviews. Clevenard Diaspora Television is available throughout sub-Saharan Africa and to the diaspora markets worldwide. Take your entertainment with you wherever you go. Watch on your smartphone, tablet, laptop, smart TV, depending on your device. Watch free movies with Clevenard Movies Television. Stop searching for free movies websites and watch Clevenard Movies Television. Watch your favorite African shows anywhere at any time. Don't forget to check out our top 5 TV channels created to get you informed. TV1, Clevenard in Diaspora Television. TV2, Clevenard Youth Television. TV3, Clevenard Movies Television. TV4, Clevenard Teleshopping Television. TV5, Clevenard Tourism Television. To start watching, sign up at www.clevenard.com and follow the easy steps. Once you're done, log into the Clevenard website or app on your device, click on any one of our 5 TV channels, and hit play. We will be very satisfied and happy to welcome you to our team as one of our new business partners. Contact info@clevenard.com +34 631 279811. Website www.clevenard.com.
Welcome back. We are still with Tsholofelo, former finalist of Mrs. South Africa, and a fitness trainer and an influencer slash whole lot. We still want to know more. I know that she's doing more, and definitely I'm going to ask her more. And you are still here with me, Bongi Gladness, on Clevenard TV in Diaspora. Fearless Talk. Tsholofelo, yes, tell us about any bad or good or both experiences that you'll never forget in your life.
I think there's a lot, growing up with, I'll say just a disadvantaged background, but one that stands out for me is when I was older. And I always like to talk about this because it's something that stirs even today with the people, and that is mental illness. A lot of people don't know that I suffer anxiety. And it's something that I had to look into and go into therapy for like 6 months. And once you understand mental illness, you will not judge a person who's going through depression or a person who's going through a mental state. Because I'll say that this just requires another cliff nut on its own. But just in high level is that if you're going through an anxiety, we always judge people with depression. We always judge people with mental illness. But you never understand a state where you feel like you're about to die. Because I felt like that I could see my grave at that time, And I think I always say that my husband is a blessing in disguise, because he did not be there to tell me that you need to seek someone. You need to seek someone to help you, because he couldn't help me. I wouldn't understand. So then I could just take myself to every other person in my culture who doesn't understand mental illness and what we are going through as a country. I mean, we've got so many societal people that that go through the same aspect, and without help. Without understanding that it's okay to take meds, it's okay to go through depression, it's okay to go through this, as long as you understand that it is a phase and how to deal with it and understand the triggers. So I would say that is the most crucial state of my life, because it's easy to take your life when you're feeling that way, but also it's easy to understand that, like, your fitness helps, speaking to someone helps. But if we don't know those things, and I think you can relate with me, Bongi, in our culture, we always say, "Mutu wahlanya," or "Mutu is going
crazy.
through."
Yeah, it's like you don't make sense.
We don't take it like this is it can be healed,
It's a disease or something.
And I feel like, sometimes God gives you a journey for you to walk through. And I feel like I'm carrying that for my people where I come from, because they don't know the processes of depression. They don't know, when you take depression medicine, you are a comic in our culture. It's like people will make you like, "Oh,
will make fun of you. She's taking something. She's taking something. Yeah.
So I feel like I have a place in this earth to play. There's so much I want to do, but also at the same time, because I also suffer from the same aspect, it's difficult. So the joy in me is finding stages. Like, if I see I've made a difference in a small space, I know I've touched one, and it's always like I call it like pass it on. You teach one person, they teach the next, and that's that kind of life that we need to service. Like, where I teach you, you teach the next one, because I won't be able to be all over. But if I touch one's lives, I know that I've touched it all. So I know when you say, what is the joy? The joy is me finding the space that it's okay to be mentally ill, but also it's okay to find help. But then what am I doing? Is teaching the next person. And that is the joy to see the change that will be overcome. And I don't know how long, but the smallest place that we play, for me, makes it I'm grateful to see that change. And I think that is the reason why I have so much energy. And God put me in the fitness space, and God put me in that
Yeah.
mental illness space, so that you can know, so that you teach others as well.
Yeah, situations in our lives sometimes they happen because God has a reason and a purpose. So I believe in your case, it's also that thing of a calling and a purpose for people
Yeah.
to know. It was like it had to happen for the awareness, especially in our culture or in our traditions, where we blacks we don't believe in certain things and we don't believe in therapy. You think that if someone goes to therapy,
Mm,
it means okay, they saw that she's crazy. Now they took her to therapy to seek help because she's mad. So you
yeah.
had to come and change the narrative and change whatever the beliefs that people had, and especially black people. So it was what God wanted to change through you. So I believe it had to happen. So
Yeah.
had it not been that way, how would you know that you should talk to someone
Yeah.
about it? So I believe that's what it was. And I'm telling you, in life, whatever that happens is always a reason. So with
Yeah.
you, so it proves it all. So and then what else I want to know, and I know that people might want to know, what really drives you as Zulu? What drives you? What drives you to be who you are and to continue as well, and to also aspire or want to do more?
Oh, I think I would say it's a difficult question, but it's also nice because I always feel like that life has more. There's a reason to live. There's a reason we wake up every single day.
Yeah.
And I'm driven by the fact that I know I have the greatest potential, and I also think that someone in my life took a chance on me when I was growing up, and it is now my turn to give chance to others. So I never sleep because I know that there's people who are watching me, especially the generation. I love the youth. I love to see them aspire, because I was one of those kids who believed without nothing. I don't know what I believed on. I hanged on to that, whatever it was at the time. And to
Exactly.
see myself, I wouldn't say that I've made it, because for me, life is a journey. And every time people say you're doing well, I don't see it. And it's because I always want more. But I want more because I want the other kid, especially in Soweto, to see that
That
there's
is
always more to
possible.
life.
Yes, it's
Yes.
possible.
So that is basically that's that. It's that I grew up without a lot, but I believed, and I believe that there's always opportunities, and I believe. And God does that to me. Like He shows me there's more, and He gives me more. He sees, like He shows me there's the potential. But for me, it's not about me. It's about what am I leaving for my generation. I mean, you look
Yeah.
at my kids. I never ever want them to believe that they've made it. For me, it's like, what is the next
You
step?
can do more. Yeah.
Yeah, you always be driven, because but that's why you're waking up every single day. So
It's
that
never
is basically
over.
what drives. Oh,
Yeah, it's never
exactly.
over and it's never done. I understand what you
Yeah.
mean. And as you're talking like this, you actually are taking me back also to my own life as well, saying, you know what, I didn't have anything, but then I believed
Yeah.
that one day I'll be somebody. And I really
Yeah.
wanted to be somebody. There was that passion in me and in my heart to say, I will be seen somewhere one day, especially TV and radio. I've always loved it. And I've always used to imitate, watch, look into the mirror and talk alone, talk to myself. So everything, it starts within you. So you'll always,
Yeah.
as a person, have that drive to
Yeah.
say, but I can be this. But then how about
Yeah.
being this? It might look like it's a joke to other people, or people would just look at you, especially with the background, and say, "Really, you really think that you can?" But then you know inside of you that this is what I want. So you can only be driven by what is inside of you, what you're feeling, and also what you wish to do. Especially if you want to change lives and say, you know what, I want them to look up to me. I want people to one day say, "Wow," and all of that. Like it's not
Yeah.
always about you as such, but it's also always about people where you say, I want them to see, and I want them to be inspired. As you talk about the youth, I'm also that person who loves the youth and who likes to push them. I'm a mentor of a whole lot of them. I have doctors, I can mentees, I have like a whole lot that I was pushing, and today they are where they're supposed to be, and maybe even they need more. Like you say, that you never say to a person it ends here. So yeah, and again, I believe that we need another last short break. So we drink water, so we do something, maybe
Okay.
grab a bite of a snack or whatever. So we'll be right back. You are still with me, Bongi Gladness, and I'm with Tsulu Peeters, and she says Peters as
I
well.
love
So
it.
either way, if you want to say Peters, you are right. If you want to say Peters, you are right. She said that to me, but we'll be right back.
In the 21st century's technological advancement, we all seek opportunities to move and network with the emerging space. Introducing Clevenard blog and event posting. Do you think you have some interesting materials, good content, articles, and stories? Then feel free to publish them on Clevenard blog and events page, just as team of our writers are doing presently. By blogging on Clevenard's blogs and events, you benefit from our reach and network. There are constant stream of people visiting our social platform, and we have figured out just how to distribute our contents. This means you can basically skip the line and get access to a big audience from day one. Furthermore, we can help you get in touch with important people for projects with possibilities of translating your content into other languages and republishing them on Clevenard. This helps preserve and protect your content from getting lost. What's more, you also get to be part of our team with access to our network and lots of exclusives, behind the scenes information. And of course, you get full credit for everything you do, which brings you popularity and make extra income. Sign up now on clevenard.com and start blogging to your advantage. Please see the tutorial video on how to blog or post events on Clevenard Blogs and Events. For more information, contact info@clevenard.com +34 631 279811. Website www.clevenard.com. Clevenard, your blogs, your identity.
Welcome back, welcome back. You are still with me, Bongi Gladness, and I'm excited. I'm excited because we are still continuing with Tsulu Peeters or Peeters. So yeah, I will still say that. I know that she's laughing a bit and she's wondering why is she keeping on saying this. But then I like it. I like it that she has two surnames that are meaning the same thing. But hey, it's up to you. Just choose yours. Choose yours. I can say them both. Sulu, now I want to know something. As you talked about more, because before that we went to a short break, you said you want to do more, you can do more, it's never over. But then what else do you wish to do apart from what you're doing now? What else that you think is more that you can do now?
Yo, I really love your question. So with the Mrs. Essay, my hope was to, or my hope is to still inspire and activate the youth as well as women. So I have a movement called Activate SA, and that is starting up. I mean, I've promoted it on my socials. So basically, I've got an apparel called TP Active. With TP Active, what we basically do is for every apparel that we've sold, we're going to be giving back to the community. One of the things that I am actively doing is funding or assisting with the basketball team from Alex. So this team, they're doing so well. Hey, like they are winning their NBA, or I don't know how basketball works, but all I know is that these kids need shoes. So my goal is to raise funds for them to get shoes, for them to play basketball. Because I believe that fitness and sports also, it inspires the youth. Not only that, but I know with my kids that I've seen the academic excellence through sports. Whatever they've applied for, they've taken it into the academics and they're doing well. So one of the things that I'm doing for 2023 is Activate SA, focusing on 8 pillars of wellness, inspiring youth and women. With the women, what I'll be doing is passion-led empowerment events. With these ones, I want to harness women to understand their skills so they be able to drive and start their businesses on the side. Because I do believe that our economy needs that. As much as we are corporate, I'm also corporate. I'm in the telecom space. But I've seen how extra income from me selling my gear has helped me. So it's two things that I'm pushing next year is passion-led purposeful events with women and also empowering the youth. I'll be at schools. You can join me. ClipNet
Please,
is not
please.
welcome to be part of this.
Thank
I'm looking for sponsors basically to be going to the communities, teaching children about nutrition and exercise, because
you.
I feel that with mental illness, we are not playing that role from the beginning. And you see what is happening with GBV, you see what is happening with our country. It's because from the roots, we are not understanding, that the background that plays in our home is what instills what our man is doing. So those are the things that I'm planning to do. So there's so much that I want to do. So it's teaching nutrition, teaching mental illness, and I'll be doing that through youth and the women around in South Africa. So that is the beginning. I'm very excited about this movement because I can see that God is also aligning the vision with it. So yeah, that's what I'm aiming to do.
Wow, that's great. That's great. And I like the fact that you want more people to come on board, to join you, to walk with you this journey, and, to do whatever that they can as well, or they always wish to do. Because, one person or the other would wish
Yeah,
to the other all the time. We all want to help each other as blacks, and especially with women, because of all the things that are happening, like you are mentioning,
that,
gender-based violence and all of that. Those things are the main thing right now all over Africa, maybe even throughout the globe. Women are kind of suffering, it's like they go through a lot, and they need someone that will, think of them as well, and also wish to change all this and all of that. So someone like you, if you've had that to your thought, it means now, something might change, restoration might be there, and, things will go right to other people, or, from you to them, that's what I
yeah.
thought.
I think it has to start from the roots, right? And that's why I'm going to the schools,
Okay.
because I feel like we need to educate. We need to foster kids who don't have homes. There's a lot of boys who are just living in this place of GBV, and it carries on. But I always say that fostering a kid, bringing the kid into your home, showing them love from time to time, because I'm one of those kids who I used to visit my aunt and I will see another version of life. And I'm like, okay, so this is not the life that I can have, but this is the other life,
Yeah,
because we don't have the beautiful life. But when you visit other people, you start to
you
see that
see it.
there
Yeah,
is other part of life. So that
true.
is what I'm about. It's like, what are we doing on the root cause analysis of GBV? As much as we are saying GBV, stop gender-based violence, but it stems from our roots, and
Yeah,
it
it
has to
is
start
some way.
there.
Yeah, true. True.
Yeah,
There's where it comes from, and it's been there. It's just that now
yeah,
it's that time where it is coming out. But it's something that we need to
yeah.
find out where it comes from, and we need to find the root of the whole cause. And I just think right now, because you are going on and saying a lot, and I'm kind of thinking, should I ask you this one or shouldn't I? Because already you said you want to do this, you want to do that, and I wanted to say, do you ever see yourself retiring?
Retiring.
Yeah.
Um, that's a very good question. So I did think I would retire, but at
Okay.
this moment, I have a big role at work to play. I've realized corporate also plays a role in number one, um, the current status that we are at with GPV. We need corporate to be involved. I mean, our government is not really highly equipped. But now I have a space where I'm now a wellness ambassador at work, and I feel like if I can branch into that person who also holds that role in the corporate space, taking it outside, I feel
Yeah.
like that I'm more purposeful. And it's amazing that if you asked me that this question last year, I'll say yes, I'll retire. But finding myself this year has led me to see that it's actually not a waste where you are, but it's how are you leveraging on it, and how
Yeah.
are you bringing it to the people? Because honestly, corporate is willing to help. It's just that how, with us, I mean,
Yeah.
I always say that I've spread my wings both in corporate and external, but then
Yeah.
how do I bridge that gap? So, and what you're saying is that alone I'm not enough, but with the connections that I've done and the
Yeah.
corporate space that I'm at,
Yeah.
how do I then bring it together? And I wouldn't say yes to you now, because I think I have a bigger role than just a retirement to play. I really want to spread my wings. So where I am now, I find that I would be growing in the wellness space, not just as a Tsulu who's independent is doing his own life, but a Tsulu who's purposeful, a
Yeah.
Tsulu who's serving community, a
Mhm.
Tsulu who's seeing opportunities, because that's where I am. That's what Mrs. South Africa has given me, a role that I could take internally in my corporate space and then bring it externally. So it's
Mhm.
very powerful. Hence, I would say yes last year, but no this year, because I
So
feel
you're
like
not retiring at all.
hence,
So you're not
no, not
no, no,
because
no.
I have a lot of work to do, and it doesn't make me sleep. So it's
Yeah,
basically that.
I'm also aware. I'm also aware that you can't retire. Totally not. When
Yeah,
you think of more things to do
yeah,
still, obviously, those things will actually take more years to still build and develop and all of that. Yeah.
yeah.
So,
Had you asked me this last year, I would say yes, without a doubt. But
right?
now it's like, what am I doing? And I know where I am is that they're also very passionate about the socio-economic status that are happening in the country. So if I am wearing that role, that am aware of it and I can play a role, I want to be part of it. So I wouldn't say yes to you now.
Wow. But and I'm grateful and I'm happy. Like even me, I don't see myself retiring on anything that I wish to do. I can be, a broadcaster of 80 years old is okay. Really, or whatever it is, as long as it's in the space of what I love and what
Yeah,
I'm
that's
passionate about. Yeah,
exactly.
I believe there's never an ending in what you love and what you have a passion of, or what you're passionate about. Obviously,
Yes,
you're gonna continue and continue, even if you're not doing the exact thing, but then
exactly.
something along the line, you'll always find it where you
Also,
see, because
yeah,
I don't think that the passion is ending. The passion, it's continuous. And even if you're done with the other, but it will still have another one that is actually almost
yeah, it
similar
opens
in
up a
age. Exactly, in age. As you continue, you will still have the same passion, but then maybe in line with your age then. So I still believe that, you'll continue, as I believe that I will continue somehow as well. Maybe even be it mentoring someone else. Because if you're mentoring that person, you'll have to walk the journey with that person. So it means it's never over and it's never ending. So, but then where would people get you if they like looking for Tulu or wanna work with you, as you are doing, as you said as well, you're open for people to be part and partners and all of that.
Okay, so
They get you.
I always just name this one handle, and that's on Instagram, and that is Tsulu. It's Tshoolo, because on that handle I name every other. My TikTok is there, my apparel is there, my movement, my Activate essay is there. You will see the work I've done with Mrs. Essay. You can see all the other things. So if you can just reach me on Instagram, it's Tshoolo. And if you do reach me, just inbox me so that we know, because some people just follow you and they don't say anything. But
Oh,
just like inbox and say, I met you or I listened to your interview at Cleveland, and this
okay.
is what I want to do with you, or we can collaborate, because I'm always open for collaboration. So
That's
that will
nice.
help you.
Okay, no, great. You heard her. You heard her. And thank you so much, Sulu. Thank you so much for this day.
Oh, Bongi, I'm also on YouTube. I'm growing my YouTube. I know you guys are on YouTube. It's doing quite well because I started it in July, and I think we're now sitting at just over 5K subscribers. So we are
Oh, that's
doing
great.
well there. Yeah,
So
it
also,
is.
you are also Tulu, or how did they get you there?
It's TP5. Yeah. So it's TPEE number 545, Peeters 5. Okay, like the
Oh,
family of 5.
TP. Is it like Tulu Piet, Piet,
Yeah.
yeah, P, okay. Five.
Yes. Yes.
Five for family of five.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
great. Okay, I get. Nice one. Okay, my name is Bongi Gladness. I was with Sulu. Sulu, so much. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you.
It's a great honor to be listening to a woman of integrity, woman of substance, woman who want to do more for people, and woman who want to do more also for herself because it's all about a purpose and also the passion you have. You know what? I'm grateful. I'm grateful also to be having you and to also the exercises that I'm gonna have with you very soon. I know, I know, I know that soon me and you will be doing a lot, and I'll be squatting and doing all of that. I'm ready. I'm ready for 2023 for squatting. I don't know about you there at home. Are you ready? Or wherever you are in the car, are you ready? Because I'm telling you, Zulu is about to squat with us. So yeah, Zulu, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you, and good night to you.
Thank
Good night, good night. I had Tulu, and it's for me. It's a good night, and we'll see you very soon. As you know, as Clivnot TV in diaspora, we are for you every evening or once in a while in the week. But definitely, you will know when we're gonna be on. It's a good night from me, Bongi Gladness. Fearless talk. Good night.
thank you so much.